here we are, we're gonna do delts. We're gonna go through a ton of different exercises, a ton of different movements. We're gonna start with some presses, do laterals, a couple different rear delt exercises, front raises, more presses, shrugs, you name it. I mean, really what we're trying to do with this particular workout is create a lot of volume. Being the fact that I'm not structurally, tall and super wide and stuff, the good thing is that I've been able to create, an illusion and create the round muscle bellies that I have and try to accentuate that with a narrow waist. And that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to displaying at the Mr. Olympia in less than 5 weeks is, real tiny waist, but then like real round boulder shoulders. And this definitely is one of my favorite workouts to do that. So we're gonna get started. No matter if you're having a good day or a bad day, the numbers on the weight are the same. So even when you're having a bad day, the smallest weight can seem heavy. And on a good day, a good day's a good day, but the goal is to make sure that even on those bad days, those days that you're dieting and you're hurting and you want to give up or whatever, that you make those days your best workout. You find something in you that you step up. You have to be in shape all year because all it takes is for some guy with a camera to go post your pics up on YouTube or something, and people talk trash. So you gotta make sure that you're looking at the bodybuilder every day. You see guys, they're hunching when they go heavy. They can't just steadily turn it. And really, you're using this pinky right here to turn it. You're like almost pouring the dumbbell out. I've been doing them a lot more seated because there's less movement as far as like momentum, and then involving more of the traps and the hips and the knees and stuff, just to get the weight up. With this exercise, I'm trying to, lean over and come right about here. Just a little bend in the elbows. You don't want to go flat because it's people's tricep, I've noticed, but just a little bit of a bend. A lot of people will have like this part, but they neglect what they can't see. And the delt, especially from the side, they don't have much thickness to it. So that's something I noticed that I needed. So what we're doing on this one, using the Kramer bar, keeping the hands pretty close in, and just going up to here. No need to go too high, but right about here is good. And obviously, we're working this side of the delt. So then, when you're standing there, you see that split that I have right there. That's this chunk right here. That's what we're trying to work on. A lot stronger. I think by not doing the Arnold Classic or any other show allowed me to be fresh for this prep. I've noticed by pulling back here, I can really target the rear delt. So, and with it being on this machine with the cables, I got each arm working independently. Obviously, if you're doing it right, you feel it tugging at your rear delts. If you're doing it wrong, you're gonna feel it more in your triceps. That's it. That was 4. So now we do some 7s on the side bench. I'm laughing because it doesn't look like much, but on this particular machine, because the way it's set up, it's heavy. That's the good thing about 7s. Like, first couple sets I can test it out, test my strength out, and then if I need to go up, I can go up, you know? But once I go up, I ain't coming down. Man, that's heavy. I'm gonna force these delts to grow doing this. Most important set of the damn workout. It's a damn Olympia, man. Second place ain't good enough. I'm getting those last 2. Even though I got 8, I came back and did the heather too. Gotta finish strong, man. Gotta finish strong every workout. Can't screw around. I know the rest of the guys, they would have done the same thing. They better.
So today we did some shoulders, about 11 days out. It was just trying to stimulate everything. I started with some dumbbell presses, a couple warm-up sets, really get the individual shoulder actually warmed up. We moved into the heavy presses on the hammer strength machine. It's just a little safer at this point. I'm not trying to really grow muscle. I'm just trying to work the food in and of course just keep everything flowing smoothly. We next moved over to standing side laterals. At this Gold's Gym, I really like this machine. It really puts that positioning perfect on the side deltoids and getting as much contraction as possible. Next moved over to some front raises with a straight bar. I didn't go extremely heavy, just really trying to put the stress on the delts. Like I said, just trying to bring more detail in right now, get that blood in there. We next moved over to the hammer strength rear delt. You actually lie down and you use your elbows to actually push, which actually takes a lot of the other body parts out of the movement. It specifically targets your rear delts. And then we moved over to the cable rear laterals. And with this exercise, I just tried to get as much contraction as possible, did 4 sets there. Delts are feeling real pumped. I feel real good. Looking forward to, laying it all out there on the line next week at the Mr. Olympia competition. If you guys want to see, we'll give you a little bit of the leg. Okay? And maybe we'll even take off some of the top.
Did for shoulders, Basically, what I'm trying to do right now is do my off-season workout, even though I'm getting ready for a contest. So I'm doing my heavy lift that I normally do in off-season. So this is really off-season training being done for a pre-contest. The contest for Mr. Olympia is 5.5 weeks out. But you know, I'm just as strong now as I was when I was 315 for off season this year, and I'm doing the same weight at 315. Right now I'm 285, so I'm doing the same weight that I was doing at 315 at 285. But yesterday I started out with shoulders. I did the seated shoulder press. Started out with my light warm up as I always do. I warm up with all the exercises. Start out with 135, like 15. Then I go to 225 for 12. Then I do 275 for 12. And this is all season training. I went up to 315. That's normally about as high as I go. I did 315 also for 12. And immediately following that, I go over to what I call my dumbbell laterals. But the only thing about my dumbbell laterals, since I only do shoulders once a week, I always incorporate like a giant set, because it really helps to build my shoulders up real good. So I start out, what I mean by giant set, I do four sets back to back. And I start out with 30, I do 25 reps. Then I go to 40, 15 reps. Then I go to 50 for 10 reps. And then I go to 60 for 8 reps. And I follow that up real quickly with another set. But I start off just a little bit heavier, like 10 pounds heavier on the next set. I do the same thing, except I start out with 40 for 25, then 50 for 15. And then I did 60 for 10 and 70 for 8. After that, you know, those are my two main shoulder ones. But I do also do one more shoulder exercise to go with that, make it 3. I only do like 2, since I'm doing a giant set, I only do like 2 sets back to back, even though they're giant sets. My next one, I go in it's like a shoulder raise, but I use a bar, small bar, and I did, I think that was 90 pounds, 90 pounds, yeah, it was 90 pounds for 10 to 12 reps. And I did like 3 sets, you know, with that, and I just go, you know, back to back with that. Probably take about 2-3 minutes rest in between that. Real delts. I started out on the cable crossover machine, but I converted to a real delt. We got 2 different sets of handles. So I put in the rear depth handle, and I know I'm gonna start out with like 200 pounds here and do for 15 reps. And then I go up to, I do 4 sets here. I do another set, probably like 220 for 15 reps. Then I go up to my heaviest set, which the most machine I think will hold, which is like, I think it's 250 for like 12 reps. And I do 2 sets at that. So it's all together 4 sets. Follow that up immediately with some shrugs, working my traps next. So I did dumbbell, 200-pound dumbbell for like, I was doing basically just as many reps as I could. Sometimes I get 14, sometimes I get 12, sometimes I get 13. I basically just did like 4 sets of that. And that was just one exercise, and that was just basically it. Because after all the stuff I had done, plus me being rushed for work, I really didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on that. Sometimes I do just one exercise, sometimes I may do 2. Sometimes I may follow that up with upright rows or something like that for like 3 exercises, 135 pounds, doing 10 to 12 reps. But yesterday I just did one exercise. And that pretty much completes my workout for shoulders. And I always do that on Wednesday. That's the only thing that I do for that one day. Wednesday is always shoulder. Everything else alternates. Look, now it's time to go to work. Real work. Yeah, buddy.